Our first spot is the U.S. District Court, where a former female police officer, Delia Ruiz, sexually assaulted 2 teen boys and lured the 3rd teen boy. She was sentenced to 20 years in federal prison. Ruiz was arrested in October 2021 and later fired from the Fiona Police Department. The names of these boys remained confidential, so they were labeled as John Doe 1 and John Doe 2. Ruiz admitted that she began a sexual relationship with a 16-year-old boy, referred to as John Doe 2. The sexual relationship started in the fall of 2020 and lasted through the spring of 2021 when the victim turned 17. Ruiz also sent sexual photographs and videos of herself to John Doe 2 throughout their 6-month sexual relationship. While at the home of John Doe 2 in April of 2021, Ruiz met a 15-year-old boy, referred to as John Doe 1, with whom she soon started up a sexual relationship. After meeting John Doe 1, she started sending him messages on Facebook Messenger that quickly became flirtatious. According to the reports, she told him she was going to take a shower and included a winky face emoji. She also sent him sexually explicit photos of herself and videos and warned him not to tell anyone about it because she could get in big trouble. And then she asked him to meet her in a church parking lot for sex in her car. She also sent similar messages to a 3rd victim, John Doe 3, who Ruiz did not have sex with because she didn't find any opportunity. She also sent her explicit pictures and videos to John Doe 3, but due to the lack of opportunity, she didn't have any sexual relationship with him. It was the concerning point in the courtroom trials that the officer was involved in the sexual assaults of minors and that justice was served to avoid these incidents in the future. Our second stop is the Arizona Department of Juvenile Corrections, where Imarie Waller was charged with unlawful sexual conduct with a person in custody, conveying contraband in a juvenile facility, and tampering with physical evidence. On January 6th, a young corrections officer raised concerns that Officer Imarie Waller was engaged in an inappropriate relationship with an 8-year-old boy who was an inmate.
Another corrections officer allegedly saw sexually explicit Snapchat messages between the two and reported the officer.
The officer also reported the communication between the two as sexually inappropriate and indicated the two were in a relationship. The boy was previously at Adobe Mountain School in Phoenix and was released to community supervision. Despite his release, he was still under the jurisdiction of the department. Moreover, the inmate admitted to having sexual intercourse with Waller during the investigation. Investigators also found nude photos and videos of Waller on his cell phone. And that's not it. In Waller's phone, they also found multiple sexually explicit pictures and videos. Waller herself confirmed that she had sexual relations with the inmate. She also informed an investigator that all interactions between her and the inmate occurred outside Adobe Mountain School.
Waller asked for a restroom break, and that's when court documents say she used her Apple Watch to try to communicate a message for the alleged victim to deny and delete everything from his phone.
Now, welcome to Sacramento Superior Court, where Shauna Bishop was charged with 4 counts of unlawful sexual conduct with a minor. She was also charged with a misdemeanor count of annoying or molesting a child. The victim is the child of Shauna Bishop's former boyfriend, who was 45 years old and also employed at the Sacramento County Sheriff's Department. The father of the victim talked to his ex-wife about worries regarding Bishop's connection with their teenage son. He mentioned feeling concerned about it, suggesting that Shauna might be grooming their son. However, the victim's mother didn't share the same concerns about Bishop and maintained a strong bond with the deputy. The reported incident occurred on the evening of April 28, 2019, following a confrontation initiated by his mother. She confronted the victim regarding his alleged drinking and marijuana use. The mother stated that she requested the bishop's presence so that they could collectively address the teenager's behavior concerning substance use. Bishop opted to stay overnight in the boy's mother's bed. She briefly entered the boy's bedroom for approximately 10 minutes before returning to his mother's room. Additionally, both his mother and Bishop ingested 5 milligrams of Ambien that night to aid in sleeping. The victim's mother contacted Folsom police after learning from her 19-year-old daughter that Bishop had sex with her son on the night of April 28th. The victim told his sister about the alleged incident when she came home. Throughout the investigation, Bishop reported about how the Ambien she took the night of the incident affected her. Moreover, that's not it. Internet search history that police found on Bishop's phone the day after the incident was stepmom, stepson porn searches. Bishop was sentenced to 6 months in custody and 5 years of formal probation. She must also register as a sex offender. Now we move on to Leeds Crown Court, where a female prison officer, Jordan Traynor, who sent sexually explicit text messages and photographs of herself to 2 teenage inmates, was sentenced to 18 months in prison. Traynor was employed at Feltham Young Offenders Institute in London before relocating to Yorkshire with her husband and young daughter due to his job change. In June 2018, she began working at Wetherby, where she encountered the 2 youths. In autumn 2019, she developed a flirtatious relationship with the first boy after discovering he had a mobile phone. She took sexually explicit pictures of herself and sent them to his phone. And that's not it. Her sexual desires made her blind, and she took the horrific, bold move where she printed out these pictures at work and handed them to him. She also smuggled 3 phone-shaped packages into Wetherby for the first boy. Traynor then developed an inappropriate relationship with the second boy after learning he had 3 mobile phones in his cell. She also began sending him sexual text messages and sexual pictures. And you would not believe it if I told you that she let him touch her sexually on 3 occasions. Traynor also swapped shifts with colleagues to be with the second inmate. Soon there was gossip among staff about what was happening. One of their messages was intercepted in that place, and Traynor was stopped at the prison gate as she arrived for work. Shortly after being sent home in disgrace that morning, she texted that boy, "I'll not see you again. I've been suspended." Moreover, Traynor had been in an unhappy marriage, receiving little attention from her husband. She wasn't satisfied with her romantic relationship in the marriage. Additionally, Traynor felt ostracized by her fellow officers at Wetherby due to her London accent. They derogatorily referred to her as Drainer instead of Traynor. Traynor was also reportedly consuming 12 cans of Stella Artois beer daily. Our last spot is in San Francisco, California.
Will you ever be mixing business and pleasure again? Out of my face, man.
Melissa Goodwin pleaded guilty to 1 count of engaging in a relationship with a prisoner, Corey London, at the Metropolitan Remand and Reception Center in Silverwater. Corey was also charged with contempt of court, which carried a sentence of 28 days imprisonment.
It's been going on for several months, since November last year. We have confirmed that there has been correspondence between this female officer and the inmate.
The story doesn't end here. Melissa was also sexually involved with another inmate, Valerie. She was in bed with this inmate at her parents' house in May 2020 when police reached the home at about 7:30 a.m. to arrest her after Corey had claimed that they engaged in fellatio inside the prison. Melissa reported that the relationship with Valerie had started when he contacted her on Instagram. In the court, Melissa was charged with sexual misconduct and smuggling contraband. And that's all for today. Thanks for watching the whole video. Remember to subscribe to Verdict Vault for more updates.